Hey everybody, we're going to do a little tutorial today about how to upload documents for review. I know there's several different ways folks have been getting us their paperwork and their files, things like that, prior to or after closing, and we're going to try to streamline that a little bit. There's a mechanism for you to upload these files through Transaction Desk that we're going to try to start using to kind of help streamline it for us and for you. Not too hard, so we're going to walk through it today and see if we can get you up to speed on how we're going to do that and the easiest way to do it. Now, where I am here, I'm logged in to my Transaction Desk. I'm actually logged in as an agent now, and when you log into your Transaction Desk, this should ideally be what you see or something like it. You may not have all of these widgets here. You may have different ones, some ones on the left here that you can use to kind of start a process faster. Document uploads one we may can use here in a little bit. I'm going to show you a little easier way to do it though, at least I think. But if you don't have some of these and you want to change your widgets on the screen, just go up here to the little three radio button here. Some people call it a hamburger button. It looks like a triple hamburger, I guess. And you can go in here and show widgets, and the ones that are here will be dulled out. If you want to add another one, you simply grab it and drag it and put it where you want it down in here. But you can add any of these that you want to put in. So you can have one for rejected things, requested, missing, any of that sort of thing for your transactions. So we'll talk a little bit about that as we go along. But right now, I'm going to kind of demo one for you to kind of show you how it works. It's fairly simple and straightforward because most of your documents are going to be created in Transaction Desk, but the final ones that you get back often come to you in your email once the other agents and their clients sign off on them. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to get those final documents uploaded, whether it be a listing agreement, a contract, what have you, and you can go ahead and do those as you go out throughout the process. Keep them all in your transaction folder. If there's amendments and things like that, upload those for review, and that way we have them. So let me show you. We're going to start off here, and I'm just going to go into one of my recent transactions. If it don't show here, if it's an older transaction, you can scroll down, it'll go, or you can go to transactions this way and go to all of yours. You can search up here if it's one that's been a little while back that you're going to be dealing with. You could type in the name and find it. We're going to use Blackbird Circle just because I've got it here on the top, and I've actually got a document that I need to upload. Now, when you go into the transaction dashboard, you're going to see here we've got a detail overview, which you may or may not have on yours, and a forms widget to start a new form or to look at the forms that you already have. What we don't have is we don't have the documents. So I'm going to click that button again. I'm going to go into the widget dashboard, pull down the documents one, and I'm going to add that to my transaction dashboard. I'm going to hide these so it kind of cleans everything up, and then I'm going to go into the documents. Now here you'll see whenever you create a document in your transaction desk, a lot of times you're going to have the sorry, I had to close down my email so I don't get no more notifications. You're going to have these forms that's going to say add to DocBox or to the documents folder or save to DocBox. So a lot of times you're going to have these pop in here, and you'll have little things that are already in here. If you don't want any of these forms in here, you can always go highlight the circle, click the little basket, and do any number things with it, such as deleting it. If you want to take them out, that's a possibility. If you've got old forms in here that weren't used or from a previous transaction or things that you don't want, you can do that. But we're going to leave these in here, and what we're going to do is we're going to add another form. I got an amendment. I got it back signed through AuthentiSign, and so it didn't come into here, but I got the email for it, so I saved it to my desktop, and we're just going to add it to this documents folder here. So we're going to click on the add button. We're going to go down to add new document, and then you'll see here you can upload from a device or a computer. You can copy it from DocBox if it's in your DocBox. You can import it from a third party such as Google Drive, OneDrive, Dropbox or something like that. You can email upload it if it's in your email and you want to forward the email. And then you can download a contact card if you want to save someone in here, somebody's contact information. But what I'm going to do is either clicking this button or this one. You can drag and drop your files if you've got them on your desktop. I prefer to just click here and then search for it. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to the desktop, and I've got the file already saved here that I know I want. It's the 51 Blackbird Amendment. Highlight that and click choose. You'll get a little update screen, and now it's been added to my documents. Another way to do it, if you wanted to do it from your email without it being too difficult, you can go in, add a new document, go to email upload, and what that's going to do is that's going to give you an email address, and that email address corresponds directly to this folder in this transaction. So if you want to do that, if you want to open it in your email client, you can. It'll pull up, but if you don't, you can just close it, and it'll open up one here, and you can copy the things in that you want to do. You can attach them. This may be handy if you're on a mobile device. There's also a mobile transaction desk app that I highly encourage everybody to get. It's currently available for in the iTunes store. It's available for the Apple phones. It will be coming available for Androids pretty soon. It's not yet, but you can upload stuff through that app as well directly from your device. But if you needed to, you could go into there. You could go get this email address, copy it, and email it from your mobile device to get it into there, since you can't really search for documents on your email on your mobile device. So what we're going to do is we're going to close this. So now we've got the 51 Blackbird Amendment. If you want to open it and look at it, you can. It'll come in here. You can select the page. If if it's multiple pages and you want to go through all of the pages, you can do that. You can do it that way. As you can see, it's been signed off by everybody here. Buyer signed it, selling agent, I have, and my clients have signed it. And so you can review it to make sure it is what you want it to be. Make sure you've got everything in there. Again, you can copy it to a cloud from here. Once you've got it into your documents, you can print it, you can download it, you can send it straight to Authentisign. You can do a document markup, a document slicer. If you want to pull a page out of it, you can do that. You can rename the document if you want to, and you can rotate it left to right or zoom in and out. Any number of things you can do from here once you're looking at the document. Also, you can go in here and hit the hamburger button here. It gives you some of the same things: preview, download, delete, rename the properties, send it, copy it or move it somewhere else, slice and markup, sign, Authentisign, upload a revision. Look at your revisions on this, and if you want to upload a revision to this document, you would do simply like we did before. If you made a change, let's say you got it back and it needed some revisions done, then you go in here, you drag or drop that file into here. We'll just pretend we're going to do it again. This is the same document. We're going to choose it, and it's going to upload it, and now that form is the only one you have here. It's been replaced with a revisionary form that had some edits made to it that may have needed to be made. The one feature I like here is sending it. You can send it by email or fax if somebody wanted you to email it to them, or if somebody said, hey, if it's somebody who isn't quite in the year 2017 yet and they need a fax, you can actually go in here and you can fax it to them, send it as an email attachment or as a link, or you can actually fax it to somebody from here, put their fax number in, and it'll fax it to them directly from transaction desk. So that's kind of a neat feature, kind of handy for those folks who if you got clients that are out of town, don't have access to email and printer, or they're somewhere where they have a fax machine but not they don't have a printer handy or what have you, you can actually fax it to them from here if they need a copy of this document. Sometimes attorneys will need things faxed to them, or a lender if you need to do that. So like I said, any number of things you could do. There's another way to do it by highlighting it, clicking the basket. Again, gives you all of these options here. Move them, merge them. You can merge documents together. Let's say you've got 2 or 3 amendments and a contract in here and you're wanting to try to merge it all together. Well, you could take and merge that and then you can highlight all of the ones you wanted to merge together on the circle. You see I only had one document, but if you had 2 or 3 that you wanted to merge together, then you can go in here, highlight 2 or 3 of them, come up here and merge, and it'll merge it together in one file. You can copy it, upload it to the cloud, download a zip file, sign it, print it, fax it, email it, or delete it. So that's pretty handy. As long as you get in the habit of putting everything into your documents folder in each of your transactions, it'll be easier for you to keep up with. And when you get to the end of it and you need to, let's say we wanted to take 2 of these, reminder of certain important dates and instructions to the closing attorney. And let's say I wanted to merge those together. I'd simply highlight the 2 of those, merge them together. You're going to put a new name of it on here and then merge the docs. Let's call this important dates and instructions to closing attorney. We're going to merge those docs, and then what you're going to have when you get done is one file here that's been merged together. You're still going to have your individual files here as well, so you don't lose those, so don't worry about that. You're still going to have them individually, but if you want to put them into one file, so your contract and your counteroffer and your binding agreement date notification, any amendments, and you want to put those all in one file for review, you can put those together, and then you could just have the one file that you send up for review. When you send it up for review, Laura and I will be notified, and we'll go in and review it. So I'm going to kind of show you what that looks like now. Once you've got the document you want to have reviewed in here, you simply come over here and you'll see a little kind of a grayed out little bell with a hand, and if you run your mouse over it, a little window pops up, tells you that's what you use to request review. So when you click that, it's going to send you up a confirmation box, say, are you sure you want to send this document for review? And you simply click yes. You're going to get alerts, says status on document 51 Blackbird Amendment was just changed, and what it's going to tell you is it's waiting for approval now. What's going to happen is then, as you see, I just got an email. Let me open this up real quick. So I got an email. Just as soon as I did it, I got an email here that says this document was uploaded for review, requested by me, so I'll know who it was that requested it, and it'll say you can click here to review it, or you can alternatively go to Transaction Desk, Broker File Review. So I'll kind of show you both of those. Not that you really need to know, I just kind of want you to understand what's going to be happening on the back end of this. I'm going to click it, I'm going to get it, I'm going to look at it, I'm going to say, yep, all the stuff looks like it's in here. I'm going to scroll down, I'm going to say, yep, we got everybody signed on this side, everybody signed on this side. Looks good. And then I'm going to come back up here to my hamburger button or menu button, and I can either accept it or reject it. Now if we accept it, then it's good. You're going to get a notification that it was accepted. If you reject it, then it's going to give me an option here, and it's going to say why was it rejected. And there's going to be certain things that are in here, canned notes, that are pretty common reasons. There's a signature missing, or I can put some other notes in here if I want to put a personal note that's not in the canned notes, if there's something else that needs to be done with it, and then I can hit save, and it's going to come back to you. So I'm going to show you what that looks like here. We're going to go back through this. I'm going to go back to here, and you see once I'm here, and it happens almost automatically. I mean, it's very, very fast. So I got a thing here, and it says, hey, I got a red thumbs down, which is kind of brutal, but it's going to say review rejected. So I'm going to know now, and I would have gotten an email as well, that a document I had submitted for review was rejected. So I'm going to click on that, and it's going to say, hey, there's a note, there's at least one signer missing. Okay. You can click that and open it. You can delete the note, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to say, okay, well, dang, I forgot a signature. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to click on the hamburger button again, because this is the way it's easier for me, and I'm going to upload a revision. I'm going to go here, I'm going to go to my computer, I'm going to find the new one now that has all the signatures on it. I'm going to choose it. It's going to go in here, and now you see this document is back to having a bell again. So now I've got another document that's ready for review. So I'm going to send it for review. Yes. And rather than getting the email like I did before, or I will get the email, but instead of actually opening up in the little window like I had, let's say I got this email. Let's say I'm not quite ready right now to review it, but I know I've got several. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to here, and I'm going to get out of my agent dashboard, and I'm going to go into the broker dashboard. And the broker dashboard, I have several different options. I can actually impersonate agents. I can log in, and I can be you. I can go into your transaction desk and make changes, additions, deletions if I need to. I don't, but I can. But I've also, in my broker dashboard, I've got a little box here that says waiting for review. And this is one I've got just kind of set up here on my dashboard, so I get it pretty quick. And it's going to come in here, it's going to say waiting for review, and I'm going to go into the menu, and I'm going to say review document, accept or reject. Well, obviously I want to review it. So it's going to come up. I'm going to say okay, that page looks pretty good. I'm going to go back on here, and I'm going to say okay, hey, all of the signatures are here. Looks like everybody has signed. Everything looks great. And then I've got options. I can accept, reject, reset, print, download, rotate, and zoom. So I'm going to accept this one now. And when I accepted, there are other things that you can do in here. If it's almost just like, the other one, but a can note is good, or, if I don't want to put that, I can put looks great. Thanks for getting it fixed. And then I'm going to hit save. And now there's nothing over here waiting for me to review. So if I have anything waiting for review, I can go in here and see this. But I don't have anything left waiting for review. So, and it was fully approved. I can see all the ones that I've approved and things that I haven't approved through that window. So I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go back to my agent view. I'm going to go back into Blackbird Circle, and I'm going to go into my documents, and I'm going to see, hey, 51 Blackbird Amendment, review approved. You click on that, it'll say it has been approved. So, and when I get an email to that fact, it'll have that little can note that was in there. It'll say, hey, thanks for getting it fixed, what have you. Or I can go down here to my revision, and I can see the versions that were on here, version 1, version 2, where it didn't have it done right because I did a revision on it. And I can also look at notes on this, and it'll say, hey, looks great, thanks for getting it fixed. And you can open those, you can delete them if you want to, you can do whatever. If you don't want to keep those notes, you can delete them. But that's a pretty basic overview. Like I said, you could do this on every transaction. It's pretty easy if you're already using Transaction Desk, which I know all of you are, and it'll have in here 100% complete when you look at your Transaction Desk thing, because the only things you submitted for review are complete. So if you go in here and you do your listing agreements and send them that way, you can do each amendment individually if you want it to be reviewed that way, or you can simply save them, and at the end, right before closing or after closing, before you bring a check up or what have you, you can do it and upload it that way. It'll save you from having to print them. It'll save you from having to email them in pieces. I like the merge feature where you can merge documents together to send as one file, because that way we have them and we don't have to go back and look through 3 or 4 emails where you sent one piece of it here, one piece of it there. The biggest part for you is, like I said, going to be getting everything uploaded into your documents. But it's really simple because Transaction Desk has made it so intuitive and so easy to use. I mean, you literally, if you get to this box on here that says Documents and you click Add, there's no trouble with adding. I mean, you've got multiple different ways to do it. If you don't use, if you use Google Drive or something like this, you can click on here and it'll take you to Google Drive and open up. And let's say you keep everything in Google Drive. I can go in here and I can upload a folder from my Google Drive account. If I wanted to save it in my Google Drive account, I can go in here and I can pull up the file and I can upload it directly from here. So it makes it pretty easy to do. If you use your Google Drive, which comes with your Crowe Realty email, you get access to a Google Drive account, so you can use that. Like I said, it's very intuitive. It's really easy to add these. If you're on a mobile device and you've got an email with the attachment, and I wish I could show you on my phone how to do it. That may be another tutorial we do down the road. But if you're on your mobile device and you need to go in here and do it, you can simply go email upload, copy this email, or like I said, you can open it in the email client. You can even send yourself the email from here and then get it on your mobile device. Copy the email address, plop it into the attachment that you get on your email. You can open the attachment however you would send it from there, and all it needs to do is be attached in a PDF file. You pop in this email address, hit send, and it's going to send that document right to it. I may just show you real quick while I got you here. We're going to go to the desktop, Blackbird, and choose file. This is all that's here. It's all you need. You don't need anything else. All that's going to matter is whatever an attachment is here in a PDF file. Send it and close and close. And now you should have it. It usually don't take very long. Yeah, already here. So this is the one that's already been approved, and this is the one I just uploaded through email. So it's just that fast. I mean, I literally sent it, and by the time I got back in here and reloaded my my window, it was back in here. So I hope all of you kind of got this. I hope you're not too scared off by it. I think it'll be very easy for y'all and for us to review files, get the documents we need. It'll make it easier for you to get them to us and for us to be able to go back and find them instead of having to ask you 2 or 3 times for them, and we've got them in our email and they're just in a manner that we're having trouble finding them. So I'm hoping it'll save time on both ends of the transaction and make it easier for us and for you to have them in a place where if you ever need to refer back to it, you can have them in your transaction desk. Leave them in the transaction desk forever. As long as you have that transaction, it'll be there in case you need it down the road. I try to upload everything into my transaction desk into my documents now. It is taking a little while to get used to, but I think as we all continue to work on that and submit them that way, it'll have the added benefit of not only us being able to review them, but also kind of getting you to upload them into the folder, into your transaction desk, so that you have them if you need them down the road. So if you have questions about this, or you have any questions that you can't quite figure this out, watch the video again. If after that you still have questions, watch it one more time. I'm just kidding. If you do have questions, give me a call, shoot me an email. If you need me to, I'll be glad to sit down with you, kind of go through it a little bit. But I think you all can have gotten pretty comfortable with Transaction Desk and Authentisign and doing your documents that way. So I don't think this is going to be too broad of a step to take to start uploading stuff this way. And like I said, that way, as soon as you upload them, then I'll always be able to go in here and view as a broker, in document review. I'll always be able to go in here and find these and know that there was one document that I had approved, and I can search for it as well. If we're looking for something, I can search for it too. So anyway, thank you all for your time and watching the video. Like I said, if you have questions, let me know, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks.